Good? All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for the D1 Dallas Rugby Football Club versus Kansas City Blues. It's Community Day here, and we're here for the ALS, raising money and awareness for ALS, specifically for the Attack Life Sloan Foundation. And here's our kickoff. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The ball is up, and Kansas City knocks the ball back. Dallas immediately brings them down. The ball's lost forward. And knocked forward by Kansas City. The ball's going to come back for a Dallas scrum. Matt Young here to put the ball in for the Dallas Rugby Football Club. For the first scrum of the game. Dallas maintains possession. A little chip kick brings the ball all the way down inside the Kansas City 5, out of bounds. Awaiting a decision by the touch here. It looks like the ball was knocked out by Dallas, and it will be a Kansas City line out here. They are inside their 5-meter line. Let's see what Dallas can do. Kansas City maintains possession, spins the ball out right. Dallas offsides, push back 10 meters. Apparently there was some chatter to the ref, so she marched them back another 10. Kansas City kicks into touch, and we are just inside Kansas City territory, where Kansas City will have another line out. Kansas City going with a 5-man setup here. Ball comes in from touch. Overthrown, but Kansas City retains possession. Dallas counter ruck. Unsuccessful. Kansas City retains possession. Simba comes up immediately. Johnny comes in and seals the tackle. Kansas City chip kicks over Luda. And Luda takes the ball up and is tackled. Now is penalized for not releasing. And Kansas City taps quick. Here they come. Dallas defense immediately meets the Kansas City attack. Ball spun out to the left, spun wide. Richard Stevens misses the tackle. Kansas City with a lot of pressure early here on the Dallas defense. Spins the ball to the right. Dallas making the tackles, is shutting down their attack, and Dallas regains possession due to some sloppy ball play. And a kick will clear the ball from Dallas territory just past midfield. Kansas City on the return here. The ball looks like it's being held up. Nope. Oh, and here comes Johnny. Kansas City chip kicks over, and the ball looks like it will bounce just inside the 5. Matty Young clears it into touch.
Put him in! Put him in!
Let's go, big dog. Let him know.
Let him know!
Let him know.
Kansas City will have yet another line-out attempt here. They're going with a full line-out setup. Excuse me, a 6-man setup. Kansas City with a little bit of a sloppy ball play there, able to maintain possession, continuing to apply pressure to this Dallas defense. Dallas, as of yet, has held up. Kansas City forward pack now brings the ball up, pounding it forward. The ball stripped. Dallas recovers. And it looks like we will have a scrum down here for a Kansas City knock-on. Scrum down here. Dallas put in. Dallas pushing forward with the scrum, maintains possession. The ball spun out to the right, worked out to the wing. Here's Darian Pipkins. He's got the front foot, knocks over one defender, is being drugged down by another. He's able to maintain inbounds, and Dallas is just inside Kansas City territory. A nice move by Richard Stevens, by Asea Mafu. Darian Pipkins is unable to hold on to that and knocks the ball forward. Kansas City will have a scrum down here just inside their territory. All right at the Kansas City 10-meter line, Kansas City will have the scrum put in. Kansas City's scrum demolished by Dallas, and Dallas regains possession. Absolutely nothing to be had there for the Kansas City scrum. Dallas just disintegrated that scrum. Due in large to veteran Johnny Heron in the second row and Richard Stevens on the flank, and of course you can't forget your front rowers. You gotta love them. Simba and Josh Lowe with Javier hooking. Here's a Dallas line out. Line out is straight. And here comes Dallas. Dallas has the ball, driving hard. They're driving forward. They've driven 10 meters. They're continuing to drive down. Kansas City can't stop them. They still have forward momentum. Johnny Heron stripped the ball out. Rolls, rumbling, bumping the big man just outside the try line. Here's Richard Stevens. Johnny Heron picks up the ball. And the ball is held up. What an effort by the Dallas offense.
We'll take that all day. We'll take that scrum.
Dallas will have a 5-meter scrum here. Let's see if their initial dominance in the scrum will hold up here just outside the Kansas City try line. There's nothing that compares to the beauty of a scrum pushing across an opponent's try line. Let's see if we can witness that greatness here today. Dallas putting the pressure, driving! Oh, the ball's put out, and it's a Dallas try! Matty Young brings it down for the try. I'm sorry, that was Juan Ruiz who brought it down for the try. Dallas is up 5-0 off of the hard work of the forward pack there. The Dallas scrum just showing absolute dominance and making that try possible. What an action-packed first little couple minutes of this game, going back and forth across the field on either way. Dallas defending on their own turf and then driving all the way back to score. The conversion attempt is up, and it is directly through the center. Dallas converts 7-0. That conversion was made possible by Blake Blaylock. The ball had just enough oomph on it to make it just over the upright. Converting for Dallas. And here we are reset for Kansas City to kick the ball back. The kick is up. Matty Young dishes it off. Isaiah Mafoot with the offload. And it goes into touch. Kansas City will have the line out here just right about at the Dallas 10-meter line. The lineout stolen by Dallas, but an awkward bounce and a knock-on by Kansas City gives it back to Dallas. Both teams fiercely contesting the ball, and again a knock-on here will give Dallas a scrum input. Matty Young will have the put in for the scrum here. Let's see if Dallas can continue their scrum dominance. And a neutral outcome gives Dallas the ball. A nice offload. Matty Young brings the ball up across midfield.
Lead 16.
Dallas is penalized for diving off their feet. And Kansas City will gain the penalty. They will kick for touch here. And just past midfield on the Reds' end of the field, Kansas City will have a line-out attempt here. The line-out goes in and is stolen by Kansas City. Javier Lopez with the tackle, and Dallas somehow comes up with the ball. Johnny Herron and Mike Narmatiga working together, bringing the ball up. Richard Stevens goes into contact. Isaiah brings the ball into contact and is just inside Kansas City territory. Some sloppy passing there ends up with a knock on, and Kansas City will have a scrum put in. A little disagreement between the players there, but nothing big. And we'll line up for a scrum here. Dallas has been dominant in their scrum efforts as of yet.
They're not playing. They're not doing anything. They're done.
Kansas City with the scrum put in here. Our ref Kat is not happy with the setup here, and she'll have the forward pack reset. And we'll try to do this again. Here comes the ball. Kansas City absolutely pushed off their mark, and Kansas City penalized for collapsing the scrum. Here's the quick tap, but off the mark, so we'll bring it back. Dallas kicks to touch, and just outside the 22, Dallas will have a line out here. Dallas going with a 6-man line out option. And Kansas City is penalized for taking the man down out of the air. You cannot tackle the guy, the player with the ball in the air, and they are now, Dallas now has another penalty advantage, and they'll kick to touch just inside the 22. Blake Blaylock giving the Dallas Rugby team great starting position here for this line-out attempt. And Dallas going, it looks as if Dallas is a full line-out here. Dallas brings it down, and apparently the throw was not straight. So we will line up for another line out, and Kansas City will try to get the ball in now. Dallas steals this one. But Dallas failed to match numbers and had the Kansas City line out outnumbered, and Kansas City will now have a penalty. The ball kicked into touch. The line out will be spotted just north of the Kansas City 10-meter line. And Dallas with the line out, they are successful, and the forward pack brings it up. Matty Young dishes it off to Josh Lowe, and Josh Lowe brings it up, who's followed by Mike Narmatiga. The ball spins out. Isaiah offloads, and here the Reds go. Oh, a nice little offload. Isaiah comes up with the ball, is tackled immediately. Dallas resets, and here come the Dallas Rugby Football Club. Johnny Herron brings the ball up. The ball is spun out wide. Javier has it, keeps it.
Go, big boy!
And Javier is down, the big man scores! It's always great when you see a forward score, especially a prop. Javier brings it down for a Dallas Rugby try. Dallas starting to gain momentum here, as we are now 12-0. Dallas is up. We're about 20 minutes into this first half, and it's a relatively evenly matched game. It's very, very evenly contested here. Dallas has shown dominance in the scrum, and they have been battling it out defensively, and both teams surging on offense. And that penalty kick is, or that conversion is no good. So the score remains 12-0, and Kansas City will come back to midfield to kick the ball off to Dallas. Kansas City lining up to kick the ball off. The kick is up, and the ball is allowed to bounce, bouncing around. Johnny Herron's able to get it, dish it out to the outside. Dallas bringing the ball up. Here comes big Johnny Herron again. The ball spun out wide. Here comes Richard Stevens bringing the ball up with speed. It goes out to Darren Pipkins. He's just stepped out of bounds. Unfortunately, Dallas stepped out of bounds there, and some confusion here on who exactly stepped out of bounds, but Kansas City will have the line out here. The Kansas City was able to retain possession through that line out, and is attempted to work the ball out of their own half. They are able to get across midfield, but immediately met with resistance. Little chip kick goes just past the Dallas backline, and the Dallas backline under pressure now. Luda is trying to evade, and he is able to evade out of here. He's on a run. He's back outside the 22 and is pushed out of bounds where Kansas City will have a line out just outside the Dallas 22.
Kansas City travels pretty well.
And apparently Luda was shaken up on that play, and we are bringing in number 21, Tyler Miller.
Soft as baby thighs, Cotton.
Excuse me, that was JP coming in for the injured player there, Luda. And Dallas will have a penalty kick here. A kick for touch. And it will go out of bounds just north of the Kansas City 10-meter. Dallas will have a line-out attempt here. Dallas able to retain possession, but he is brought down, and the ball is apparently knocked forward. I'm sorry, that was a penalty for bringing down the man in the air with the ball. And the ball is successfully kicked into touch just inside the Kansas City 22. We will have another Reds lineout. Dallas retains possession and starts the maul, but Kansas City is penalized for being offsides. Dallas opts for a scrum down at the 5-meter. Dallas has had success here before. Let's see if we can drive this one across the line as well. Matty Young will have the put in here. And Dallas with an early push, but the scrum half is able to neutralize Matty Young and bring play back, and Dallas resets. The counter ruck is strong by Kansas City, but the ref has called a penalty here on the Reds. And the referee's having a chat over on the sidelines to determine what exactly happened there and who will have possession of the ball. Cat is wanting to talk to Kansas City. Apparently, one of their players guilty of an infraction. Will there be a card here? No card, but it is a Dallas penalty just outside the 5-meter line. And Dallas has opted for another scrum. Their scrum has been the dominant one here today. And let's see if that continues here. Matty Young with the put-in. Just outside the 5-meter. Here comes the put-in. Dallas pushing on the front foot. The ball is going forward. Here they go. They're marching forward. Matty Young picks the ball up. The ball is held. And apparently Dallas has been awarded a penalty try here. Multiple penalties down inside the 5 have resulted in Dallas being awarded the penalty try. And that will bring the score to Dallas 17, Kansas City nothing, and the conversion, because of it being a penalty try, will be from right in front of the uprights. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take a minute to remind everyone why we're here today. It is Community Day here at Lake Highlands. We are here raising awareness for ALS and raising money for the Attack Life Sloan Foundation, trying to raise awareness and money for ALS, a horrible disease that affects too many people in this world, especially our own Nick Sloan, who started the Attack Life Sloan Foundation after his ALS diagnosis in 2020. Also, this particular game is now known as the Maili Fuamaono Memorial Cup. I apologize for butchering that last name. But this is going to be an annual tournament with a beautiful trophy being awarded to the winner. And here we are, back to the action with the kickoff here, and it looks like we had a little bit of offsides there from Kansas City, but no call from the ref. Big Mike bringing the ball up and is penalized, unfortunately, for holding on to the ball into contact. He didn't have a lot of support up with him on that run. Kansas City now has the penalty just outside the 22-meter and will kick to touch. And the ball is kicked just inside the 5-meter line of the Dallas Rugby team, and there will be a line out now. Let's see if Dallas can continue their defensive stand on their own goal line. Dallas recovers the ball. The ball's passed back. Big Mike takes it. Attempts to offload, but makes the smarter decision and holds on to it.
Yes, thank you, sir, ma'am.
And Kansas City is penalized for it looks like there was a side entry to the ruck there. And Dallas will kick the touch here. And we will reset just inside Kansas City territory, just north of the 10-meter line. Javier to throw the ball in. Dallas has a 4-man lineout. The lineout's up. It's beautiful. Here comes Simba up, and Big Mike to bring it into contact. Richard Stevens able to ruck 2 people at the same time, but Dallas is still penalized again for not letting go of the ball. Quick tap by Kansas City, and here's Kansas City on the move. Oh, absolutely beautiful tackle by Johnny Herron. Simba with another tackle. Ball spun out to the right, bounces, takes an unlucky bounce for Kansas City. Dallas counter ruck is on. Dallas recovers the ball. Isaiah gets the ball, passes it out to the left, and here comes Dallas. And the ball goes into touch. And Kansas City will have the line out here. And Dallas steals the line out. Mike shifts it out. Richard Stevens shifts it out to Isaiah. Isaiah offloads out over Darren Pipkin's head. And Darren is just somehow able to say, oh, nope. Apparently the ball was just out of bounds. Here comes Kansas City. They attempt a quick line out, but the ref says no. Kansas City will have a line out here. They opt to with a 5-man line out. The ball is up, and Big Mike comes in with the interception.
Big Mike. It's really big, Cotton.
Richard Stevens brings the ball up, tries to offload, but the ball is actually stolen by Kansas City. Runners by himself, Big Mike with a tackle. The contest here at midfield has been fierce, going one way and the other very, very quickly. And an unfortunate offload bounces off a Kansas City player and looks like it's going to be coming back to a penalty advantage.
She's gonna have a talk. Gonna have a talk with the captain. Oh.
And she's unfortunately showing a Dallas Rugby player off the field with a yellow card.
What?
Penali is taken off and is in the sin bin. Dallas now down a player for 10 minutes. Let's see if they can make up the difference with the heart. And Kansas City with some unfortunate ball handling, but they are able to surge forward still. Here he rumbling and bumbling forward. He smashing through Dallas defenders. Here comes Kansas City on the attack. Some accidental obstruction there. And Dallas is penalized. Quick tap taken. Dallas now inside their own 5-meter line, defending for dear life. Dallas comes up with the ball. Isaiah is able to get the kickoff and into touch, and to momentarily get the Reds out of danger. Kansas City will have a line out just outside or right about the 22. Just right at the 22, actually. And it looks like they're opting for a full line out here, perhaps thinking that they can get enough momentum to drive the Dallas defense back. Dallas has been unwilling to let Kansas City gain any points, despite being right on the doorstep multiple times. Here comes the line out. It's brought in, swung out to the right. Dallas defense holds tough. The ball is spun back to the left. Johnny Herron with a beautiful tackle and counter ruck. Oh, and an offload is dropped. Big Mike recovers it. Scrum advantage. Oh, and the ball is dropped, and now we'll go back for the scrum. Dallas will have the scrum input here, just outside their 5-meter line. Dallas scrum has been absolutely dominant. Matty Young with the put in. And Dallas again puts Kansas City on the back foot. And here comes Dallas. Isaiah shifts it out. Darian Pipkins comes up the side. Runs through one defender. Demolishes another, but is taken down. Counter ruck was successful by Kansas City, but Dallas does end up, nope, Kansas City ends up with the ball. Kansas City spinning the ball to the left. They have an overlap if they can get the ball out to the left, but they don't. Dallas drives back and is able to recover numbers on defense. Dallas recovers the ball off some sloppy ball play, and Kansas City was able to get a kickoff after they retained possession, and it looks like Kansas City, we'll see if this,
Did that count?
it looks like the ref is consulting with the touch judge whether or not they should allow this try. It looks like Kansas City was
No try.
and it's no try. Kansas City was apparently out of bounds. And apparently that is going to be the half, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back very shortly with your community day here at Lake Highlands Field in the Maile Fuimauno Memorial Cup with your Dallas Reds and Kansas City Blues. Maybe I'm just having more fun doing this.
Yeah, I got it in the deep.
And that basically it swings from here to face the green to
It would be
All right.
let me take that off. Boom.
All right, we're about to get started here in the second half. Again, coming to you from beautiful Lake Highlands Field here in Dallas, Texas, for the Miley Fuimaono Memorial Cup. I finally got that right, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be an annual cup held between the DallasRFC and the Kansas City Blues. We're here, again, I want to remind you that we're here today raising awareness for ALS, and we're raising money for the Attack Life Sloan Foundation for Dallas Rugby Football Club member Nick Sloan, who was diagnosed with ALS in 2020. He started the foundation in hopes of raising awareness for the disease and to assist in finding a cure for this horrible, horrible illness that afflicts so many people. And we're about ready to start the second half here. Kansas City to kick off to Dallas. The kick is up, and it bounces. Darian Pipkins fields it, immediately slices through a couple of defenders and is brought down. Big Mike with the ball, smashes through two defenders, still going and is brought down. Finally loses the ball. Kansas City recovers right at midfield. And Big Mike is in on the tackle. The very ball that he lost, he tackled the man. Kansas City kicks the ball deep into Dallas territory, and it bounces all the way back and is touchdown. We'll go for a 22 kick here. Dallas about to kick off here from the 22, goes deep and is allowed to bounce a couple times. Kansas City picks it up, crosses midfield, and is brought down right at the 10. Johnny Herron with a great counter ruck. Javi gets the ball. Dallas recovers. Dallas is, penalized for coming in from the side entry from the ruck. Kansas City takes it quick. Big Mike on the tackle. Kansas City chopping about just outside of the Dallas 22 right now. Dallas defense has been holding up so far. A bad pass. A bad pass and an unlucky bounce. Richard Stevens comes up with the ball. The ball is out, and Kansas City recovers. The ball was knocked forward here, and Kansas City will lose the ball to Dallas. Dallas will have a scrum just inside their 10-meter line. This has been a tightly contested game here. There was, at the end of the half, there was a try awarded, so it is 17-7. We're a 10-point game here, and Kansas City now has a scrum inside, Dallas has a scrum inside their own 10. And Dallas absolutely demolishes the scrum. And penalty for not retreating 10 meters. Kansas City will now retreat another 10 meters. Not a fortuitous event not a fortuitous sequence of events for Kansas City here. And Dallas will now have a penalty. They will kick the touch. And just inside the Kansas City 10 meters, Dallas will have a line out. Dallas opting to go with the full line-out setup. The ball is contested and stolen by KC. KC bringing the ball up. And the ball is dropped, knocked forward, and Dallas will have a scrum put in just inside the Kansas City 10-meter line. And here comes the Dallas scrum that has been absolutely dominant here, and this scrum is no different. Dallas absolutely demolishing the Kansas City scrum, pushing them back now 5 meters, 10 meters, and Kansas City again penalized. The Dallas scrum is absolutely dominant today. Blake Blaylock kicks it into touch, and Dallas will have a line out. It appears to be just outside the 5-meter line of Kansas City. Dallas likes to take the ball down and drive from here, and this situation is no different. Here they go. Dallas on the march forward. Here they go. Oh, and the big man, Josh Lowe puts it down for a Dallas try. It's not often that a prop gets to score, and we've had 2 of them in this game. It's a beautiful sight, ladies and gentlemen. The score now 22-7. Dallas will line up to try to convert. Not an easy conversion here, but we'll see if Mr. Blaylock can convert. And the kick is up, and it's pulled to the left. No good. The score remains 22-7. Kansas City to kick back to Dallas. Can Kansas City mount a comeback here? Here comes the kickoff. Kansas City kicks the ball up just past the 10-meter line, out into touch, and we will come back to midfield for a Dallas scrum. I can't imagine why Kansas City continues to encourage Dallas to scrum. They have been completely unsuccessful in being competitive here. Dallas has just been absolutely dominant, pushing Kansas City back almost at will. Matty Young with the put in for the scrum here. And Dallas again. Well, Dallas is looks like they're penalized here for driving not straight. You have to drive straight in a scrum. It happens every now and then. More than likely, Kansas City was pulling. And a little bit of confusion with Kansas City, and they're retreating inside their own territory. Dallas's defensive line holding tough. Just absolute pressure from the Dallas defense. The counter ruck was unsuccessful, but they're denying Kansas City any positive meters. And the ball pops out. Dallas recovers. Matty Young driving the ball forward. Here comes Johnny with the ruck to secure the ball. And Dallas is successfully inside Kansas City territory. Big Mike offloads to Isaiah. Isaiah trucks one guy, trucks another. Blake Blaylock takes the ball up. He has support, and Kansas City is again penalized. It looks like they were offsides. And Dallas will have a quick tap. Johnny Heron swings it out wide. Richard Stevens takes the ball up, offloads inside. Here we go. Dallas is inside the 5. The tackle is not held. We're inside the 5. Here comes Matty Young. Matty Young at the goal line. Tackled. Dallas knocking at the doorstep. The ball swung out. Big Josh with the try. Josh Lowe again for 2 tries today. That's 3 tries by a prop today, and that is just absolute beauties. As a former prop, there is nothing more beautiful than a prop scoring, ladies and gentlemen. I can personally attest to that. Dallas absolutely in control of this game, 27-7. Here comes Blake Blaylock's conversion attempt, and he drills it right down the middle. Ladies and gentlemen, 29-7. Your Dallas Rugby Football Club leads in this Maili Fui Maono Memorial Cup, first annual. Dallas picking up the momentum here late in the second half. Can Kansas City respond? Here's the kickoff. Oh, and Dallas is able to lift a man and retain possession. The ball spun out to the left. Isaiah tries to offload, but it's knocked down. Kansas City recovers the ball. Here they come on the attack. And Kansas City able to put the ball down for a try. We've got a rugby game here, ladies and gentlemen. Kansas City now 27-12.
Coleman, did we make that conversion just now? We did, or
29-12.
29?
I'm sorry. My scorekeeper is not paying attention as much as I would like, but the score is now 29-12 in favor of your Dallas Reds.
I feel like it's 29. Just say 31. Did he make that? 31.
I don't want to give my listeners the wrong information. I have a responsibility here.
29 on me. I feel like we did even
Dallas gave up the try there on some absolutely surging movement by the Kansas City Blues, and now Dallas will kick back to Kansas City. Here we go. The ball bounces off a Kansas City defender, and actually it looks like it bounced off a Dallas Red first and it was knocked forward. Kansas City will have the scrum put in just outside of their 22. I'm sorry, just inside their 10.
It's 31.
Ladies and gentlemen, compounding my mistakes today, I have made numerous ones. The score is actually 31-12, and that is the official score. Here's the scrum put in for Kansas City, and Dallas absolutely demolishing the scrum again. Kansas City somehow maintains possession. Dallas recovers. Here comes Big Josh working on it. Here comes the Dallas offense. Spins it out right. Isaiah spins it out to the right. And here comes Darian Pipkins, who drops the ball and is immediately hit with the defender. And we will scrum down here. Apparently the pass was forward. Kansas City has not been able to offer any resistance to the Dallas forward pack scrum. And they will have an input here just outside of the 22 on the far side of the field. Can Kansas City gain any positive movement here? Can they get into Dallas territory and make this a two-score game? Dallas demolishing again the scrum and driving the Kansas City offense out of bounds. Dallas will have a line out on the far side of the field. Excuse me. It looks like there was a penalty down there. Nope, a knock-on. And we will reset for a scrum. I'm assuming Dallas has the put in. No, this will be another Kansas City put in here. Here comes Kansas City with the put in. Dallas again just pushing Kansas City over their own ball. But the referee, not satisfied with the technique, penalizes Dallas. Kansas City now spinning the ball out to the right. The ball is knocked forward. Kansas City recovers and is now running forward. A great tackle by Johnny Herron brings the play to a stop. Kansas City, some unfortunate ball handling, but they're still able to maintain control of the ball. Here comes Big JP with a nice tackle, and Dallas recovers the ball. Dallas loses the ball. Kansas City recovers. It's just been a back and forth battle here inside Kansas City territory for the last 5 minutes. Kansas City gaining some positive momentum with the maul here, but it is held up, and Dallas gets the penalty advantage. Dallas has the option to kick to touch, kick for we have a player warming up on the sidelines. It looks like Boogie is ready to come in and make a late stage impact sub on this game. Here comes yet another scrum with a Dallas input. The Kansas City prop was on his knees driving forward, and I have to assume that's going to be flagged a penalty there. The referee taking mercy on the inferior Kansas City scrum and is allowing for a reset. Here comes Matty Young with the input again. Both teams content to just hold up this scrum, and Dallas maintains possession. Drives the ball forward. Matty Young off the back of the ruck. Johnny Herron dishes it off to Big Mike. Big Mike immediately met in contact. Johnny Herron seals off the ruck, and here comes Matty Young again with a nice offload to Simba with the run. The ball down now inside the Kansas City 5-meter line, and a desperate throw across field to Isaiah bringing the ball up. Big Josh with a nice offload. And Dallas resets. Oh! And is that Ruiz? Dallas with the try by Juan Ruiz. We have had 4 tries by the forward pack today, ladies and gentlemen. It's a beautiful thing. Dallas now firmly in control of this game, 36-12, awaiting another conversion attempt here by Blake Blaylock right in front of the uprights. We have some substitutions going on. Javi is coming out at hooker, and Boogie is going in to replace him. Was that conversion good? Good. Conversion was good, and that now brings the score to 38 to 12. If Kansas City has any hope of getting back in this game, they have to do something right now.
38-12.
Kansas City kicks back off to Dallas. Dallas brings it down, brings the kick down. Dallas will try to just control possession at this point, wanting to deny Kansas City any opportunity to score. Oh, and someone comes from the side of the ruck, but no call. Kansas City was unable to... and the ball's out of the back of the ruck. Here comes Kansas City. Kansas City with an offload, but Tyler Miller. JP apparently came up with the ball and was able to kick the ball into touch. So Kansas City.
Jersey is bald. You can recognize it.
I'm unfamiliar with the names.
And here's Kansas City with a line out on the far side of the field, just outside the Dallas 22. If they're going to get back into this game, this is when they need to do it. They're able to retain possession through the line out. Here comes Kansas City with a big spin out wide. The ball is dropped. Dallas comes up with the ball. Isaiah with the no-look pass. A little chip. And here comes Dallas. Oh. A drop leaves ends up Kansas City with the ball. Now Kansas City fighting to retain possession. The battle at midfield as Kansas City tries to move the ball past their own territory. And sloppy ball play, and we have a knock-on advantage. Nope. Kansas City continuing to fight forward. Dallas regains possession of the ball. Here comes Boogie. Boogie is off to the races with a nice little offload. Oh, and a behind the back pass. Boogie with the fake. Oh, and Boogie puts it down. The impact sub has come into the game and made a difference, ladies and gentlemen. Boogie with the try. That is 5 tries by the forward pack today, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely a gorgeous, gorgeous thing to say.
He's back.
Colin Boogie Yarian coming into the game and scoring. He's a 10-year veteran of this Dallas Rugby Football Club, and he's made impacts on both the D2 and D1 games today. Dallas now absolutely in a commanding lead here with just minutes left to go in this final match of the day. What a beautiful day of rugby this has been, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm so happy to have been able to bring this to you with the help of our production team.
Don't know anybody's names.
Credit given to nobody except Shrek.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dallas up by 45 to 12. Kansas City will kick off again to Dallas. And it looks like Dallas will have to work very hard not to maintain this lead.
Get him, Johnny.
Dallas playing a possession game right now, playing smart with the ball. They're just doing real quick hit-ups from forward to forward, trying to maintain possession. Here comes Big Johnny Heron across midfield.
It's not Johnny. That was Johnny. Oh, okay.
Dallas surging forward. Matty Young takes the ball into contact. Big Mike offloads. The ball's being spun. Isaiah spins it out to the left. Dallas surging forward right now, just inside the 22 of the Kansas City Blues.
Well, one.
And Dallas is penalized for entering in to the side of the ruck.
What's the time, Holman?
The battle at midfield continues as Kansas City hopes to just get any whiff of the Dallas try zone. Dallas has been, in the last 30 minutes, absolutely unwilling to give up any territory. Counter ruck unsuccessful by Dallas. Kansas City surging forward. Here's the big man with a side offload to Big 17. Can they get him out of bounds? And they do. And Dallas will get a line out here just inside their 10-meter line. Dallas has not let Kansas City inside their 22 in the last 20 minutes.
That is off.
Matty Young has now come off. Alex Ilali has come in to replace him. I'm being told there's around 7 minutes left in this game. Johnny Heron also coming off the field after an absolutely massive performance. Dallas unlucky with a throw-in that was not straight, and Kansas City will now have the option for their own line-out or a scrum. I'm sure they will decide to take the line-out. They would be unwise to take a scrum here. Kansas City looks to have a 5-man setup here for their line-out. The ball's knocked back. And it is knocked forward by Jersey. And Kansas City will have a scrum put in here. We are just north of the Dallas 10-meter line. About 5 minutes left in play. Kansas City kicks the ball out and has a line out. Midway into Dallas territory. Dallas has been tenacious, to say the least, at defending their own half here in the second half. Kansas City maintains possession. Here they come. And the ball is intercepted but knocked down for a Dallas knock-on. Kansas City will have another scrum input here. Let's see if the Dallas scrum can maintain its dominance here late in the second half. And Dallas is penalized for pulling down the scrum here. Here's a break for Kansas City, and here they come. The counter ruck for Dallas, unsuccessful. Kansas City spins the ball out to the left. Forward pack is now on the move, but Big Mike with an absolutely devastating tackle picks the defender up, picks the offense up, and Dallas recovers. Hands all the way out. Here comes Noodles with a little chip kick action. Here comes the speed, ladies and gentlemen. Oh! The ball's bouncing around. Kansas City comes up with it. And it looks like Kansas City knocked the ball on down around their 5-meter line. Dallas will have a scrum deep in Kansas City territory. And this is just what the Dallas forward pack wants right here. Here comes Jersey with the scrum input for the Dallas Reds here at the 5-meter line of the Kansas City Blues. Here's the put in. Dallas has the drive on. Driving forward. And Kansas City is penalized for bringing down the scrum yet again. Dallas opts for a scrum deep in Kansas City territory. Can they continue the momentum? The referee not happy with the setup here. She'll reset the boys and we'll try again to get this scrum off. Can Dallas push Kansas City over their line, or will Kansas City be able to hold? Dallas is actually penalized there for collapsing the scrum, or driving too early. I'm not sure which one. But Kansas City has the ball now on their 5-meter for a penalty. They will kick the touch. The ball doesn't make it out of bounds. And here's Noodles bringing the ball up cross midfield. He's chip kick forward. An unlucky bounce for Kansas City, and Dallas recovers the ball. Excuse me, Kansas City recovers the ball. Dallas counter ruck is challenging that, and Dallas gets the ball back. Dallas driving now down to the 5-meter line. The ball spun out. Isaiah spins it to Boogie. Boogie's now on the move. Boogie makes it in, and Boogie puts it down for another Dallas try. Yep. Boogie with his second try of the game, coming in with 20 minutes left, has made a severe impact, absolutely putting the game away for Dallas. Blake Blaylock with another attempt right in front of the post. It should be no issue whatsoever, and it isn't. And that is the game, ladies and gentlemen, and the score 52-12 in favor of your Dallas Rugby Football Club. 3 victories, 3 sides today. What an afternoon. The Maile Fui Maono Memorial Cup goes to the Dallas Reds, and we will hold that trophy until next year. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you yet again for being a part of this special broadcast for Community Day. Again, raising awareness for ALS and raising money for the Attack Life Sloan Foundation for Nick Sloan, who is a member of our Dallas Rugby community, who was diagnosed with ALS in 2020. Again, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for supporting all of Dallas, all of rugby, all of Texas rugby, and rugby in general. And we will see you again very soon, ladies and gentlemen. And this is Chris Hopkins saying goodbye for now, and we'll see you next time.